What's up guys, DRJ here, and today I'm going to be bringing you some CoD Black Ops PC style. So, I want to do this for a while, but I want to do it also for a few different reasons. Number one, some things I want to highlight were differences between console and PC versions of this game, and I've got play up of both of them. Talk about that a little bit later on. Another reason, one of the bigger reasons actually, is I wanted to show you well, the difference between my aim on console, my aim on mouse and keyboard, and the hip fire. I mean, really can't talk enough about hip fire, but it's so lethal and it's so deadly on PC, and it's just non-existent on console for a whole lot of different reasons. Like I said, I'll expand on that too. Before we get into this clip too far, I just want to talk about, mention a few things. So this clip, the reason why I chose this clip specifically is that it's not bad, it's not great, it's about as average as possible. You know, I have all sorts of dumb shit moves like that happening where this, I hate the knife in this game. I think my team ends up losing, as always, and I end up going like 4-1, which is funny because that's, it's pretty average on, pretty normal on PC. 4-1, 5-1, something like that. But on console, I'm lucky if I can. Jesus, I'm still lucky if I can go 1-1. And then I just feel like if I chose like this amazing round or something like that, going 10 or whatever, 15-0 or something stupid, it just doesn't highlight what I'm trying to point out to you guys. And that is, like I said, the hip fire stuff, the differences between 9v9 and 6v6. Just the way people play on console, the way people play on PC in general. This guy coming up, yeah, nice little drop shot. Another one of the many advantages that hipfire has to offer. Drop shots, jump shots, all the stuff like that in general just doesn't work on you because you're moving. It's why ADS, the whole idea of ADS to me just seems so stupid because strafing is so powerful. It's more or less powerful depending on the weapon speed, recoil, and things like that. But essentially, if you're within, close to medium range, there's no fight you shouldn't be winning. Obviously COD definitely decreases those fights that you do win a number of different ways. One of the big ones is obviously the knife, just infuriating. And by the way, how that guy killed me and I got the drop on him is beyond me. Who knows? Yeah, and nothing would make me more happy than to see that knife just completely, more or less just be removed from the game. I don't know that it could be in the game and I'd be happy. I think it's a pretty big equalizer. I also wanted to talk about how the fact that like when I play a mouse and keyboard shooter, I feel like my biggest opposition in any given game that I'm playing at that time is not the it's not the enemies. It's essentially myself. It's you've heard the phrase like bite off more than you can chew. I think the reason why I ended up dying almost, well, the majority of the times, whatever FPS it is because I thought that I could basically take on their entire team. I just feel when I load up most any FPS shooter on the console, or I'm sorry, on the PC, I just feel like I'm essentially unstoppable and that I can't be touched. That's obviously not the case because I think I'm going 4-1, so I can definitely be touched. But it's a big difference from how I feel on console. When I play on console, it's just like I'm just essentially waiting to die. Whereas when I play on PC, if I'm playing a game that I've played a lot, I know the map, I know what I'm doing, I'm usually very surprised when I die. Definitely not the case on Black Ops. Never surprised when I die, especially on this game because I have such little playtime in and I still need to learn. Have a lot more playing to do before I learn where people like to go and the runs that I need to take myself. You'll see me make a couple of stupid decisions in here, one particularly later on where I'm just going right up the front, and this game is somewhere between 6v6 and 9v9 the whole time. It keeps going in and out. I think it finishes off at like 9v8. So anyway, just trying to figure out what my limits are, and I still haven't got a grasp of that yet. I think when I do, I'll become much stronger in this game, but at the same time, like I said, that 9v9 component, I'm sitting here talking about how powerful I feel when I'm playing a mouse and keyboard shooter, but there's no bigger limiting factor, or I'm trying to think how to put this. There's nothing that's going to diminish that any more than playing 9v9. the way that these maps are set up in game, basically having so many different angles to shoot just about anybody at. Look at all these camping dildos. You know, it just guarantees that the more players in game, there's no definite limit, but the more players you have in game, the more likely you are to, well, the less likely you are essentially to be able to cover all of those openings. It doesn't matter how well you play or how much cover you use or how good you utilize your teammates, how well you utilize them, or how much you play, basically just walk around the outskirts of the map. It doesn't matter because there's just so many different places to cover. Real quick, I just got dogs like you saw, and apparently this isn't the best map to have dogs on, or maybe people are just more efficient at shooting them on a mouse and keyboard, because I get the grand total, I think, of one kill. I don't even think it's 2. Oh, that's another flashbang death. Gotta love it. It's funny, as I'm doing this, actually, Bruce just mentioned that he's playing Call of Duty World at War and trying the hipfire thing and talking about how it's so powerful and you can't do things like that on console. So there's a few reasons why you can't essentially play like this on console. It doesn't matter how good you get on the controller, you'll never be able to play like this. And I think that's a big reason why I'm resistant to wanting to move over to console. One of the reasons is because it is physically impossible to move left to right as fast as I'm doing right now in this game. It is possible to go just as fast one way or the other, but going from one way to the other way, you cannot do it. As you guys know, I actually have tried out those mouse and keyboard devices on console. Part of me is almost happy that they didn't work because it would just be a complete turkey shoot. But the reason why they don't work is because you can't pan the camera back and forth quickly. So right here is a great example. The guy I was chasing after, somewhere behind that box, and just jacked in the back by somebody else. I was talking to somebody about this last night, but essentially with all the problems that I've been facing right now. Oh, there's another flashbang death. It would kill to have those pro perks, but not enough time to level up. But anyway, with all the problems that I've been facing, I guess, on PC shooters, PC anything, it just seems goofy to almost buy anything but console games. Whether it's Dead Island's co-op being shut down for a week on launch, or whether it's the fact that, the only games I can find on this are 99 clusterfucks. I don't know. Like I said, I wrote an article on Picky Pants the other day about, essentially choosing what is the lesser of two evils. Is it having 50 times the player base? Look at that, smash some other idiot with drop shotting. Shit just does not work. Whether it's, like I said, going to console and choosing, like I said, nearly 50 times the player base, or and using the controller, or going to PC and having dig for player size, but using the mouse and keyboard. And one of the issues I get with this game in TF2, and I think after Googling it sounds like a lot of people get it, not only with TF2, but actually a whole lot of games. I'm like, there's 4 people, 5 people out there. It's just, what are you supposed to do against something like that? Is basically when you search the server browser for servers, it's not uncommon to have it essentially based on the game that it is and the type of router you have. It'll flood your router and shuts off your internet for like 10 minutes, which is pretty cute. Definitely an amazing feature. You never get anything like that on console. You just boot up and load up and it works. So very, very frustrating. I'm really not sure how that guy knew I was coming in there, and I'm a little surprised that he got the drop on me. Yeah, I love all the hipfire. One of the challenges, like I said, in this game is essentially trying to figure out what my limits are in this in CoD. I just need a lot more playtime in this. It's never going to happen. I really don't even care to make it happen because the game is virtually dead as it is. But I feel like once you master the controls, it's such a huge, huge bonus. And you figure out your play style, you figure out the controls, and And from there, it's basically, I feel like you need to push it as hard as you possibly can to figure out what your limits are. Video games are so much fun because you can do that. You know, do that without any repercussions. I can't remember what happens here. Oh, okay, so this is a fantastic example of what's only possible on a PC, at least for me. You know, I basically tried to shoot that guy, thought he was dead, went to the other guy, and then the first guy wasn't dead, go back to him, finish him off, and then, you know, switch to a pistol to kill the remaining guy. Stuff like that, at least for me, on the controller, is just so out of the realm of remotely possible that, like I said, it's just infuriating. And you know, knowing that my playstyle will never be possible on the controller is also very frustrating. I was really upset at the fact that I feel like the devs in this game, they actually have ranked and unranked servers. This was a colossal mistake to head right down the center here. The devs had the opportunity to make basically a competitive and non-competitive scene the way that they set up ranked and unranked servers. Unranked, you can basically do whatever the fuck you want, and ranked is 9v9 maximum. And if they just made the maximum on ranked servers 6v6, I would be so happy. But alas, that is not the case. So, you know, that's kind of where it's at for this round. Plenty more to come, lots more to talk about, so let me know what you guys think.